Every day, McDonald's sells more than 70 million hamburgers around the world. From the classic Big Mac to the legendary Quarter Pounder with melted cheese, they all share something in common. They are so delicious that once you taste it, you cannot stop. But have you ever wondered how they are actually produced? Where do those flavorful and addictive hamburgers come from? Well then, today we will travel to Chicago, United States, home to one of the largest McDonald's production plants on the planet. A place where every day tons of meat, bread, cheese, and vegetables are transformed into millions of hamburgers ready to feed the world. So get ready because you are about to discover how the most famous hamburgers on the planet are mass-produced. Let's begin. Step number 1. Creation of the bun. Everything begins with one of the most recognizable symbols of McDonald's, its golden spongy bun covered with sesame seeds. To create this delight, the operators pour a precise mixture of ingredients into enormous stainless steel tanks. High-quality wheat flour, purified water, fresh yeast, sugar, salt, and a touch of vegetable oil. The powerful industrial kneaders work for several minutes until obtaining a perfectly homogeneous and elastic dough, ready to produce thousands of buns per hour. In fact, a single kneading line can generate more than 600 kilos of dough every 60 minutes, enough to supply hundreds of restaurants in a single day. When the dough reaches its ideal point, it passes to an automatic divider that cuts and shapes each portion with millimeter precision. Then, it enters fermentation chambers where the yeast acts, doubling the size and achieving that recognizable spongy texture. Afterwards comes the final molding. The portions are gently flattened, they take their rounded shape, and just before baking they receive a uniform shower of sesame seeds, the perfect touch that gives them identity and flavor. Finally, the buns travel through an industrial oven that exceeds 200 degrees Celsius, where they are browned uniformly until they are light, shiny, and with that characteristic sweet aroma of McDonald's. After cooling, they are automatically packaged and sealed, and in less than 12 hours, the bun is already traveling in refrigerated trucks heading to the restaurants, ready to become the first bite of millions of hamburgers. Step number 2. The perfect meat. Meat is the heart of every McDonald's hamburger, that juicy golden layer that we all recognize on the first bite. Everything begins with tons of 100% beef, coming from certified farms and suppliers that work exclusively for the company under strict sanitary and veterinary controls. The cuts chosen, such as the chuck, the shoulder, and the loin, are selected for their balance between fat and protein, the secret of the flavor and texture that make it unique. Upon arrival at the plant, each batch is analyzed to verify that the quality is adequate. Once approved, it passes to the processing zone, where automatic blades separate the cuts and send them to stainless steel grinders that shred and mix tons of meat until obtaining a homogeneous texture and ready to mold. Only then is a small amount of salt and pepper added, nothing more. Without preservatives, nor additives, nor artificial fillers, its flavor comes exclusively from the type of cut, from the natural balance between salt, fat, and muscle, and from the precise cooking that enhances its juiciness. So you can rest assured, contrary to what many people think, McDonald's hamburgers are more natural than they seem. The entire mixture then passes to forming machines that mold thousands of hamburgers per minute, all identical in size and thickness. The pace is colossal. A single production line can manufacture more than 150,000 units in a single day. Afterwards, the raw pieces travel through cryogenic freezing belts, where they are cooled to more than 40 degrees below zero to seal their juices, stop bacteria, and preserve the flavor intact until their arrival at the restaurant. Finally, the hamburgers are automatically packaged and sent in refrigerated trucks to thousands of McDonald's locations, where they will be cooked on steel griddles at high temperature to achieve that irresistible golden brown on the outside and that tender texture on the inside that makes them unmistakable. Step number 3. The melted cheese. A McDonald's hamburger would not be the same without that golden slice that melts over the meat and makes it irresistible. Everything begins with the arrival of large blocks of American-type cheese, made by dairy plants that work exclusively for McDonald's. These producers use pasteurized milk, milk fat, and selected proteins to obtain a perfect cheese for melting and providing that unique touch to each hamburger. Once produced, the enormous cheese blocks head to automated lines where high-precision blades transform them into thousands of identical, thin, and flexible slices. The speed is brutal. A single one of these machines can produce more than 20,000 slices of cheese per hour, all with the same thickness and texture. As they advance along the conveyor belt, an automated system of optical cameras performs a first check where they verify color, thickness, and shine, ensuring that uniform yellow tone that we all recognize. Finally, the slices that pass this review are vacuum sealed to preserve their natural moisture and are chilled to the exact temperature that ensures their perfect melting point. The result is a cheese designed to melt at the exact moment, covering the hamburger with a shiny, soft, and creamy layer that instantly awakens the appetite. Step number 4. The fresh vegetables. If there is one thing that cannot be missing in a McDonald's hamburger, it is that contrast between the juicy meat and the toasted bun, balanced by the perfect freshness of the vegetables. Every day, tons of lettuce, tomato, onion, and pickles arrive from certified farms distributed throughout the continent. McDonald's works with exclusive farmers who produce specific varieties for their kitchen. Iceberg lettuce for its firmness and freshness, premium tomato for its balanced sweetness, and white onion for its mild aroma and crunchy texture. Even the pickles are made under the brand's own formulas, from their cultivation to the final marinating. In the processing plants, the rhythm is impeccable. The vegetables pass through washing tunnels with cold water and ozone, eliminating dirt and bacteria without altering their texture. Then, they advance along automated lines where high-precision blades slice the tomatoes and onions into exact slices, while mechanical arms separate the lettuce leaf by leaf, conserving only the freshest parts. Everything is reviewed in detail. Optical cameras and specialized operators inspect each piece in search of the slightest defect or color change. What does not meet the standards is automatically discarded. Finally, the approved vegetables are packaged in a controlled atmosphere, maintaining their freshness for up to 48 hours. Afterwards, the sealed packages travel in refrigerated trucks to the restaurants, where each leaf, slice, and pickle is placed right at the moment the hamburger is assembled. Step number 5. Sauces and dressings. The final touch of every McDonald's hamburger is not just in the meat or the bun, it is in the sauces. That sweet and sour ketchup, the creamy mayonnaise, or the legendary Big Mac sauce are the true hallmark of the brand. Each one is produced in specialized plants that work exclusively for McDonald's, following secret formulas developed in their flavor laboratories. Enormous stainless steel tanks mix the ingredients with millimeter precision. For the ketchup, tomato concentrate, vinegar, sugar, and spices. For the mayonnaise, vegetable oil, pasteurized egg, and salt. And for the Big Mac, an exact combination of mayonnaise, pickles, mustard, and natural seasonings. Each mixture is agitated at high speed to achieve a creamy and homogeneous texture. Once ready, the sauces are hermetically packaged, labeled with their batch and production date, and stored cold before being sent to the restaurants, where they will complete the characteristic flavor of each delicious hamburger. Step number 6. Logistics and distribution. Every day, millions of McDonald's hamburgers are served in more than 100 countries. And behind that global precision, there is a gigantic logistics network that functions like clockwork. Everything begins in the regional distribution centers, where tons of products arrive from the plants of each ingredient. Each batch is classified and scanned under a system that tracks its origin and destination with total accuracy. The cold chain is never broken. The bun arrives freshly baked, the meat is kept below zero, and the vegetables travel in controlled humidity chambers. Before dawn, the refrigerated trucks depart for the restaurants with routes planned down to the minute. A minimum delay could alter the production of an entire shift. To give you an idea, a single refrigerated truck can transport ingredients for more than 50,000 hamburgers. Upon arrival, everything is unloaded and stored in digitally monitored compartments, where sensors control temperature and stock in real time. Thanks to this precision system, each McDonald's restaurant operates as a small, synchronized factory, capable of serving thousands of fresh hamburgers every day. And now that everything is in place, the most anticipated moment of the entire process arrives. Step number 7. The final assembly. With all the ingredients ready in the restaurant kitchen, the most awaited moment arrives: cooking and assembling the hamburger. Each order activates a perfect choreography that is repeated thousands of times a day around the world. The bun is toasted for exactly 11 seconds, achieving a golden and soft base inside. The meat, still frozen, is placed directly on the double steel griddle, where the extreme heat seals the juices and creates that characteristic golden crust. Before removing it, a slice of American cheese is placed on top, which melts instantly. And right after comes the assembly. The meat, along with the cheese and the vegetables, are added over the toasted bun in a millimeter order: chopped onion, pickles, ketchup, mustard, tomato, and lettuce, according to the recipe of each product. In the case of the Big Mac, an intermediate layer of bun and the legendary special sauce that makes it unmistakable is added. A McDonald's kitchen can prepare a hamburger every 30 seconds during peak hours. And if we expand the view to the global panorama, the data is overwhelming. Around the world, McDonald's serves more than 80 hamburgers every second, a pace so precise that it allows each restaurant to prepare more than 1,000 units a day, with the same flavor and texture in any corner of the planet. But although the process borders on perfection, one must not forget that we are talking about fast food. Delicious, yes, but with high levels of fat, salt, and calories, a pleasure that should be enjoyed in moderation. To finish, tell us, did you imagine all this process? What is your favorite menu? Leave us your answer in the comments. And if you like this video, do not forget to give it a like, subscribe, and activate the bell to accompany us on the next factory tour.